Hello? Hello? Mm. I'm going to wait a moment or two and see if anybody files into the chat. If not, that's okay. And we'll do hey Video Garon. Yeah. It is time for Choose Your Illusion 2 episode 7. Continuing our journey into the manor at Grimrock Isle. It's extra spooky. So to protect myself, today I'm wearing my Buffo shirt. Buffo will protect me. The only other thing I didn't actually look up the errata thing that I couldn't figure out. So I'm going to read it again and see if I can figure it out. It was a rough week. But I did look up. So we're at 137 research points. We're on day 2, Tuesday, 9:10 a.m. 137 research points is in the bottom bracket. If we quit right now and went back to the real estate agent, we would get the rank of look for another job. So at the very least, we could look for another job. But yeah, we're going to get into it. Here. Oh, well, I just lost the bookmark. So this is starting out great. So that sucks. So we went to the island. Let me see if I can find something that puts us in the island. So I can kind of, it was right above an entry that started spiders. And that was on the right side of the page, I remember kind of spatially. So if I see spiders, I can look near that. There's a picture of a spider, but it's not the spider. Actually, I'm going to retrace my steps. So this doesn't actually count against us. So this is first we go to the boat rental at 28. 28, make the crossing 76, because we did that. We went through the haunted woods. We did get the key. The key did work. 76. We fast talked. We're just going to say failure, though. We learned those things, those stories about the old, we only made one fast talk success, and it was some people, Zeke McCabe tried to get to the island, and his boat was capsized, had 3 large claw marks across it. Was one bit of information we got on the way from talking to the salty sea dog. What up, sea dog? So I think we went left fork for 252. Does that? Sorry about this. 252. Curiously deformed pines. We spot hidden. We saw that they were moving. We already took the sanity hit for that. 273. So there are haunted moving trees. Success 293. This is nice for a little recap too. We took some damage running through the trees. We survived to go to 226. $226, we're free of the plants. We accept the challenge. 247, go into the mansion. It was riveting. 247, go across the lawn. We've already unlocked tried our keys. Success 218 because we were able to get into the front door. We had a nice luck roll. At 218, Success 215. The interior. Lighting the lantern. We are at 291. We were busy. In the entry hall, okay, the double doors to the front porch, a wide archway, on which we went and checked out the coats, but nothing was really. I don't think we got any like real interesting information there. I know we went and checked them out though. What is that? Object, coat. I think that we maybe failed our spot hidden for the coat. Let's see if that's something we knew. Oh no, we turned away and the statues had changed to look at us. Yes. So the statues are moving. That's the thing we learned about the coat. But then we went deeper into the house at 209. I think that's where we quit. So we should be ready to start up again. 209. Oh, we made a power roll, which makes us tired. So you've entered the main hall. Wide archway to the south opens up to 291, which is the entrance, while a grand ornate stairway ascends before you at 229. To the north wall on either side of the stairs is a narrow doorway. The one on the left will take you to 280, and the one on the right will take you to 283. Make your power roll, and this was the success and failure. It didn't tell us. It says it just says dash dot dash. Hey, Roars. You okay, buddy? What's going on? Roars is playing. He wants to play. I don't know if you can hear him over there. He's playing with his duck. He has this duck that he hates. So that's where we quit because I didn't know what the failure would do. I imagine, so in Call of Cthulhu, power is both a stat and kind of a resource. Like you drain it and you use it for magic things. But it says 5 minutes, which makes me think maybe it cost you 5 minutes. If we run into another one of these power tests and it is not misprinted, we'll go back and do this power test. But for now, we'll ignore it just in the interest of keeping moving. So we can go up the stairs or we can go to the left or right door. My metric tends to be to explore an entire floor and then move upwards. So let's try the north side of either side of the stairs is a narrow doorway. One on the left. Let's try the one on the left. 280. You pass through a narrow corridor paneled in dark oak, moving either north or south. So south is back where we were, 209. So we want to go north. That's 237. You enter into the vast cavern that is the reception hall. Directly across from you in the north wall is our gargantuan fireplace of carved and polished granite that is the only remaining decoration in this room. Your footsteps echo hollowly on the bare hardwood floor. The light of your lantern just barely reaches all four walls, revealing a set of double doors to the east wall that'll open onto 206, and a single boarded over glass door on the west wall that leads to 318. I feel like I should be making a map, or they should have given me a map. A set of double doors on the eastern end of the south wall open to 203, and a great archway to the western end of the same wall offers access to 256. In the middle of the south wall are two narrow archways. As you face them, the one on the right will take you to 280, the one on the left will take you to 283. 4 French doors are arranged along the north wall, each affording access to the rear terrace. And again, it gives me a POW check. So let's see if we make it first. And then if we do success, it'll maybe tell us what to do. I think maybe also the little dashes might actually mean nothing. Like if you fail, nothing. Actually, that's what it is, I think, is that if you fail, nothing happens. If you succeed, it tells us to go to a different entry. So the power is our psychic ability to learn something. Our power times 3, our power, as you can see on our character sheet here, is 14. So our power times 3 is 42. So I need to roll under 42 on these percentile dice. And I didn't do it last time, and I did do it this time. I have a 25. So let's see what happens if we do success. We go to 348. Hello, Chrysogrim. 348. 348? Yeah, 348. Turning back to the fireplace, you are startled to see a roaring fire blaze cheerfully in the hearth. 2 plush armchairs face the fire, and between them is a small table atop which rested a canter and 2 brandy snifters. Ooh. So this wasn't here a second ago. Would you care for a drink, my friend? Inquires a sepulchral voice in the left-hand chair. Will you accept the offer or decline? I would ask chat, but I know that chat is going to say have a drink with this ghost. So I'm going to say let's have a drink with this ghost. 307. This could be the end of the adventure, as always. You cautiously sip the brandy as you attempt to get a good look at the occupant in the chair, but to no avail. The brandy is warm and delicious. Would you care for a cigar to go with that? Your host inquires as he opens up a gem-studded gold box resting on his lap. Another power roll, so I need to get below 42. Nope. 79. Failure. Go to 345. Ooh, shit. Yeah. You awaken an hour later feeling severely hungover. Your POW is permanently reduced by 1 point. Oh, man. Okay. This is nasty. So that's going to be 13 now. For the next 8 hours, all your skills will be reduced by 5% until you recover from your hangover. You may return groggily to 237 to continue your tour. Do not make that power roll again. So that took an hour. Shit. Ghost brandy. So now it's 10:10 a.m. And we go to 237 where there was like a gabillion options, and I no longer have a mental map of this place. They made this place too complicated. So we went north to go into this this room, the reception hall. The fireplace was to the north. The east wall opens onto 206. West wall leads outside, so we don't want to go west. Double doors in the eastern end of the south wall. Go to 203. I think that goes back to that main room where we came from, because there was a north or two hallways. Great archway on the western end of that same wall offers access to 256, which is where we came from. In the middle of the south wall are 2 narrow archways. One of them is the way that we came from as well. I think that we want to go through the eastern wall. I think we want to go through the double set of doors that goes into 206. I think. Let's try that. And if this, I'm doing the thing where I cheat and keep a finger in here because I'm having a hard time navigating this mansion. Okay, this is new. The 2 ponderous doors swing reluctantly open onto the living room. A clutter of decrepit furniture is strewn about the chamber, and beneath your feet, the rotted, moldy remains of a once plush and expensive rug crumbles beneath your weight. There's a single door in the center of the south wall that will take you to 259. And do we know 259? No. Okay. Will take you to 259. And a double door set on the west wall will take you to 237, which is where we came from. Spot hidden. If you have been in this room, do not make the roll again. So we only get to make it once. Hey, Jeremy. It is super complicated. Okay, so ordinarily our spot hidden would be 75, but we're hungover from ghost brandy. So it's 70. I need to roll less than 70 on these 2 percentile dice. Which luckily is an easy roll. We have a 68 actually, barely made that. So success 102. Yeah, this is a weird spot to start watching, Jeremy, because we're pretty in the middle. We're pretty in the weeds on this bad boy. 102. On a small table beside the rotting sofa, you spot a small teak chest of the sort in which jewelry might be kept. Will you inspect the chest or leave it be? I'll inspect the chest. 165. I assume that if I ask chat what to do, everyone is going to say, do everything that is scary and ghosty. So, 165. Uh-oh. As you open the box, it suddenly transforms into a small golden chest studded with gems. The air around you becomes thick with the presence of evil. And at your shoulder, a gloating spectral voice marks you with a single word: Fool! Make your POW times 3. Our POW just got reduced by 1, so our POW times 3 is 39. And if I wore the rattlesnake amulet, I can add 10 points to my POW roll. So unfortunately, I don't have the rattlesnake amulet. I didn't even know there were rattlesnake amulets on the table. Okay, so everybody wish me luck. If everyone wants to blow onto these dice. We're trying to get under 39 here. Yeah. So that's, I don't know if you can see it, that's a 10. 18. Excellent. So fuck you, ghost. 106. You catch a glimpse of a bright light from within the box, but otherwise you're unaffected. A cry of outrage causes you to whirl about to be confronted by sanity check. Okay, sanity check. So our sanity is 70. This is not a skill roll, so it doesn't go down based on being hungover. So we have to get below a 70 on this bad boy. And 21. Success on a sanity check. I want to fail a sanity check so I can start slowly going insane, but it has not happened yet. Success. 196. Okay. I see a shriveled, mummified thing whose sunken parchment-like features scream a tale of an unnatural extension of life. I will have you! The thing screeches as it launches itself at you. I will have you! I'm making a dodge roll. This could be the end of Professor Phineas, because my dodge is 50 and it's actually 45. So let's see if I can do this. Oh shit! I definitely don't want to step on that. No, that's an 80 even. 80 even. So I fail this dodge. 113. Okay. Ahem. Powerful, unnaturally strong hands seize you, flinging you clear across the room for 1 point of damage. Okay, hit points, that's going down to 11. As you struggle to rise, you see the withered thing scoop up the golden box and clutch it to its sunken chest. Slowly, the thing fleshes out, becoming an imposing figure of the man that can only be Lazarus Grimm. Whoa. We will meet again, he hisses at you, but perhaps next time it will be down in my domain. Turning, the hellish figure stalks from the room, the double doors slamming shut behind him. You can hear his very real footsteps receding into the distance of the house. Groggily, you return to 206, taking up where you left off. Shit. Okay, guys, so we've met the guy. I just need to go tell the insurance agent that it's haunted. Like, stop trying to rent it because it is haunted. So still in the living room. There's that door to the south, or I can go back west to the banquet hall. And we'll go to the south. We'll continue pressing forward. 259. The door is locked. I can make an idea roll, and if I get that, I can try to make a mechanical, or if I fail that, I can try to make a mechanical repair roll. So my idea is actually 90, which is barely made, actually. That's an 80 on that bad boy. I don't know if that's seeable. 80. So I barely made my idea roll. Success, 309. You could try one of the keys on your key ring. It seems like that shouldn't have required a roll to me. I do have a key ring of keys for this house. I don't understand why that was difficult. This will get me into 277. So perhaps Professor Phineas Nod is not smart. It's a title. His first name is actually Professor. He's not actually, it's not his job. That was the office and study of Lazarus Grimm. There can be no doubt. Much of his furnishings still remain, including an old roll-top desk, several bookcases that are lined with moldering tomes, and a large cabinet of drawers over in the southeast corner. A door in the center of the north wall will lead you to 206, and an archway in the southern portion gives you access to 203. I may explore the room at 103. Definitely going to make it explore the room because I am investigating this stuff, even though it is full of spooky ghosts. There's nothing of any interest in the roll-top desk and cabinet, save for an assortment of small crawling insects. The bookcases contain volumes on business and accounting, various sciences, and a few works of fiction. Make a spot hidden roll. Easy. I got a 55. Where was I? Success, 155. Okay. Scattered among these volumes, you find several tomes dealing with the prolongation of life. Many of these are scientific texts, but the majority of them approach the subject from a supernatural point of view. You find books on alchemy, the powers of the mind, witchcraft, and demonology, all concentrating on the unnatural extension of life. This gives me some research points. And actually, there was another research point too. All of these things are taking 5 minutes as well. I'm kind of keeping a mental note of them, and rather than going back and forth, I'm trying to keep the pace up a little bit better than last time. So, I will definitely charge myself time. I'm not cheating. So we are at 142 research points. We have to make another spot hidden. Hopefully, we can become a mortal wizard. Yep, 48. Success, 185. Okay. The book Beyond the Veil of Death by Lamont W. Pierpont is dog-eared in several places. Upon examination, you will find these entries deal with the force of willpower as a factor in staving off death. Read handout GI33, and I get 10 research points. So I think that just puts me into the second worst category of loss if I lose. Or if I lose, if I die, I die. But if I decide to give up, I'm not getting an F, I'm getting a D. GI33. It's in a spooky script. Under certain circumstances, it is possible, by force of will, to maintain a semblance of life beyond the normal span. Thus created, the revenant must forever maintain an unfailing concentration upon the single fact of continued existence. Should that intense concentration be broken, as by some terrible shock or crushing disaster, the revenant shall be consumed by the very years he has heretofore held at bay. Okay. To me, that reads as a hint. Extension of life by willpower. If distracted by terrible shock or crushing disaster, they will rapidly age. Okay, so if we end up fighting Grim, I think that's what we're going to try to do, is freak out the square. So we can ponder this at 124 is the entry where we go to ponder. Disturbed by what you have learned, you return to 277 and select an exit from the office. Good ponder, bro. Okay, and the office, if we recall, we can leave by going to north. That brings us back to the library, which leads back to the dining room. Or we can go archway in the southern portion of the west wall gives us access to 203. Have we been to 203? This would be so much easier if this was done on a map. No, I don't think we've been to the dining room. So we go to 203. This can only be the dining room. A large dust and cobweb covered dining table surrounded by 13 chairs occupies the center of the room, taking up much of the floor space. In the northeast corner of the room is a small sliding door affording access to 329, while in the middle of the north wall leads to 237. A wide archway in the southern portion leads to 277. I think 277 would probably bring us back to that first room with the stairs. No, 277 is the office. And that's in the southern portion of the east wall. The middle of the north wall goes to 237, which is that. So 237 goes to the reception hall, which we can go to from here. And then the only thing we haven't done is the northeast corner, which goes to 329. So let's do that. Ooh, you have found the dumbwaiter, once used to transport meals up from the kitchen below. Since you cannot fit in the small car, you must return to 203 and look elsewhere. Okay, but there's a dumbwaiter at play. I think there's still a room on this first floor that we haven't been to, but it seems like it went mostly outside. I think maybe it's time to go upstairs. Check out the freaky ghost bed room. So let's try that. To do that, middle of the north wall. So we need to go to 237 for that. The reception hall. This is not the room with the stairs. This is the fireplace where we had the ghost drink. So if we want to, let's see what we haven't done from here. Double doors that goes to 206, which is where we came from. That's the dining room. Our glass door to the west leads to 318. Leads outside to 318. I'm just going to peek and see what that is. It's a glass door, so I could do this. That's a terrace. I don't really want to go outside yet. South end to 203. Western wall 256. These should all have previews as to where they go. Okay, 256 we have not been to because it gives us a listen check. A great archway at the western end of the same wall offers access to 256. Let's try that before we go upstairs. 256, make a listen roll. So my listen is 50%. It'd be 5% less because I'm ghost hungover. So 45. No, that's a 67. Failure, 234. This must be the grand ballroom. The cracked and filthy floor is of the finest Italian marble, as are the stately columns buttressing the walls of crumbling plaster fretwork and filigrees. In the center of the ceiling is a grand crystal chandelier, dulled and tarnished by age and neglect, a sad testament to the splendor of a bygone era. A large archway in the north wall opens onto 237, which is where we came from, while a small glass door in the western portion gives you access to the side terrace at 218. Note, if you have heard music and voices in this room, and have just made a successful power roll, go to 306. We did not hear the music and voices, so we are not being haunted by this thing. So really no reason to be in here. We didn't get the haunt. We didn't get the sanity effect. So back in the reception hall, then we want to go through those narrow archways in the south. So 280 or 283. I think 280 is the one we came from. 283. Okay, so 283 is the one we didn't go through before, so we'll try 283. It's a narrow hall paneled in dark oak. It only features an ornate door on the west wall, which leads to 264. The hall itself continues north or south. South will take us back to the room with the stairs. Let's try the west wall, 264. It would be fun to make one of these. Like you draw the map and then you create this like exploring mansion thing, kind of paragraph by paragraph. I think that'd be fun, even if there wasn't kind of gamey elements. I think that'd be pretty fun. 264. Ooh, this goes down to the basement. You're at the top of a steep flight of stairs that descend into the murky, musty darkness. Oh, baby. You can descend by going to 211 or go back up. Yeah, we're not going back up. We're checking out the basement. 211. This is the cellar landing, a T-shaped central chamber affording access to the other areas of the cellar. From here, a door in the south wall gives access to 239, while another in the east wall leads to 286. In the west wall, an archway, god damn it, leads to the gloom of 261. The stairs ascend to 264. In the northern portion of the T, a doorway in the east wall opens to 208, while a door in the west wall takes you to 282. In the north wall, either of two archways take you to 279. Jesus Christ. Okay. So the only thing we don't want to do is the stairs that go up. Let's stay in the bottom of the T, just kind of for organization. Let's try the door in the south first, 239. And I'm going to hold this spot just so we can go back here and just try these in order. This is something that like is a reason why these things aren't done in paper, generally. 239. Because this is a complicated map. You have found the wine cellar. Wine racks the walls and takes up much of the floor space, and a few of them are still hold dust-colored bottles, covered bottles. A small tasting table and 4 chairs stand in the northeast west corner of the east wall, while a door opens into 286. Another door in the north wall leads to 211. So 286 goes further into the wine cellar, which we want to do, I think. 286. You're in the kitchen, a compact, efficient-looking mazework of counters and tabletops, such as can be found in the finest of restaurants, right down to the dumbwaiter in the northeast corner. The door in the center of the north wall will allow you to 236, which is the wine cellar. In the northern portion of the west wall, a door leads to 211, while in the southern portion of the same wall, it will take you to 239. I think 239 goes further south, which is what we want. No, 239 is the wine cellar. 211, what is 211? 211 is the cellar landing. 236 is the way forward that is new. Okay. You find yourself standing in what must have been once a larder. Shelves line this windowless room, and 2 large floor-to-ceiling shelves occupy the center of the room, all choked with dust now and bare of any substance. Door in the center of the south wall takes you into 286, while a ponderous metal door with a large cast iron handle in the northeast corner takes you to 205. Let's try that haunted door at 205. Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind. Still great, but hooks and chains and shelves of cold granite. This can only be the meat locker. I just saw hooks and chains and assumed this is where they kept people. The metal is rusted, and the granite is stained with the blood of long ago slaughtered main courses, and a chilling cold permeates the air and a ghastly memory of what once took place here. The only way out is through the larder at 236. Okay. So 205, I think, takes us back to the T intersection. So doing the wine. No, that's 205 is the meat locker. So 236. If I had better short-term memory, this would be easier. 286, which goes to the kitchen, which we want. I think 211 is the landing. Yeah, so the cellar landing. I'm going to make this take up some time because part of the whole, I bet you there will be some things that are dependent on whether I'm here at night. And most of these have been about 5 minutes, these entries. So I'm going to say it's about an hour later than it was. Putting it at 11:10 a.m. Still plenty of time to explore, as long as I don't pass out again. Okay. So let me mute my text tile device. So if I don't go to the south, door in the south leads access to 239, while to east does 286. In the center of the archway, the gloom of 261. Let's try the gloom of 261. My self-preservation instinct is malfunctioning. Let's try some spook. This large, stubby, L-shaped chamber is the pool room, and true to its name, it houses an L-shaped in-ground pool filled with murky, stagnant water, which effectively conceals the bottom of the pool. For some reason, the air here is heavy with the odor of the sea. Oh yeah, this Dagon cult. Broken and boarded over stained glass windows line the south and west walls, while in the northern portion of the west wall, a swinging door opens onto 258. In the north wall, another swinging door leads off to 282, and the east wall, an archway opens onto 211, and 211 is our landing cellar. So we can do the west wall or the north wall. Let's try the west wall, which I think goes deeper, to 256 or 258. Okay. Rusted lockers and benches, stained sinks and cracked mirrors. This must have once been some kind of locker room for the master of the manor and his guests when they used the pool. A swinging door in the northern portion of the east wall opens onto 282, which is where we, not where we were actually. That's the other way we can go. A similar door leads to 261, which is where we were. 282 is where we want to go if we want to go further into the pool room. Yep. The ceramic tile and the steam pipes along the wall inform you this was a steam room. A low bench is also tiled, runs a complete circuit of the room, save for a large drain in the middle of the floor. It's featureless. The door to the east will take you to 256. The door to the south opens to 261, and the door to the east leads to 211. So 261, I think we have done. I think, yeah, there's nothing in the pool. Okay, so going back to 211. So there's a pool and a kitchen, as what we've learned. We need to go to the north section of the T intersection, which has, to remind everyone, a doorway on the eastern wall, a door to the west, and the north wall has two archways. So let's try east first at 208. It's on the same page. 208. The two heavy benches here tell you this was the workroom, though only a few rusted antique tools remain that litter the countertops. From here, two archways at opposite ends of the east wall open into 276, while the archway on the south wall leads to 255. The archway in the north wall leads to 279, while the short corridor to the northwest leads to 211. So 211 is what goes back. If we want to go further, we need to try one of those other ones. Let's try 276. Okay, this area was obviously once used for storage, though now only an assortment of charred debris occupies it. An archway to the north opens to 279, which I think is where we want to go. Another to the south leads to 202. Two arches in the north and southern portion lead to 208. Jesus fucking Christ, like, you just need to be condensed. Too many empty rooms in this shit. Rest assured that when I ran Call of Cthulhu, there were not this many empty rooms. So I think 279 is what we want. Oh, here we go. This is interesting-ish. You enter a vast cavernous space which runs the entire length of the house. Its floor is littered with ash and wood chips. Near the center of the south wall is a large metal grate used to extract the ashes deposited from the fireplace in the rooms above. Along the south wall are four archways. The one nearest to the east wall opens to 276. The next nearest opens to 208. The center of the wall flanking the fireplace leads to 211. The north wall, in the western position, is a stout oak door blocking your access to 233. I think 233 goes further. Okay, you are on a flight of stone steps, which you can either ascend to 238 or descend to 279, depending on which you came from. So we came from 279, which means we ascend. But this is interesting. We went to the basement, and we're coming up in a place that was not where we came down. So 384 rather. We haven't spent very much time in the 300s here. Okay. Gotcha. This just goes outside. So there's a cellar entrance. So good to know in case we need it, but we're going to backtrack. Okay, big cavernous space. So 211 is the general T intersection room. 276 is storage. What's 208? A workroom. Okay, so nothing else is going on there. So let's go back to 211 and try in the top of the T intersection. Let's try the west wall at 282. I swear we will run into something spooky at some point. There was a ghost in this one, guys. It's several ghosts. We fought some ghosts. That's the steam room is 282, which we've been to, which is linked to from the pool. So we want to go into 279, which go north. Is it like, didn't we already do that? Is there nothing in this basement? Like, I feel like we maybe missed a room or something, because it seems like there's got to be a lab or something like that down here. Yeah, that goes to the vast cavernous space. Well, shit. Let's go upstairs. So let me get there. So 211, if we go ascend to 264. And 264, we go south. You're at the top of it. Go back through the door, 283. North, south, 209. 209, I think, is the room with the stairs. The main hall, yes. We have already done that POW, so we can't do that. One left will take you... Okay, so the stairs go up to 229, so the second floor. I'm getting a version of this map in my head, which is frustrating to me because it doesn't need to be this complicated. Stairway ascends to a square platform from which branches out to the east and west. Both branchings terminated in a second floor at 250. 250. The second floor landing offers you access to the door on the north wall, the double doors on the west wall, and 2 doors on the east wall, north and south. Against the southern wall, another stairway ascends to 221. Oh, there's a third floor. While another... Well, in the center of the room is a staircase descending. Okay, so there's actually 3 floors in this place. So let's check out this first floor, or the second floor first. Let's go ahead and just try these in order. 271. You have found the master guest bedroom. All the furnishings remain intact and in surprisingly good condition. A large fireplace occupies the center of the room wall, while the door in the center of the south wall leads to 250. There is a small door on the western portion of the wall that leads to 321. In the center of the room, a broken glass door opens outside. So, not interesting going outside. Let us try... 250 is where we came from, so let's try 321 to move further in that direction. You have entered a large walk-in closet filled only with darkness and cobwebs. There's another POW roll at 3, which I don't think we need to do again, because it told us to stop doing those. I just saw an illustration that would be very cool if we ran into whatever that thing is. So that's the guest room. That's 271. 225 is another way to go. Another guest room. Fully furnished, seeming almost livable. Small glass door on the west opens out onto 331, while while we can go back as well. 331 probably goes outside. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, 331 also goes back inside, which I'm not interested in doing outside just yet. So those first 2 doors, 271, 225, are guest rooms. There are also these hallways on the eastern wall. 298 is the first one we'll try. There's probably a bathroom or something like that. Small, another guest room. The south wall leads to 311 and 349. 311 is a closet. And this does not need to be done to this level of fidelity. And 349. It's kind of amazing how it's like he took an actual plan of a house of this size and literally just charted it, because it's, you know, not all of these things need their own closets. You'd include that in the main passage of the book is the way I would do it. So nothing there. And then south 246 with the bathroom. Okay. A chipped and stained sink and toilet stand against the south wall, and the north wall opens to a doorway that leads to 263. Or we can go back. 263, if we go further into that. A large bathtub takes up most of this room, along with a number of linen shelves and the east wall. Beyond this is rust and rampant mildew. There's nothing here. This is a different power roll, though. This is one we do make. So failed that by 1 point with a 40. So we go to 240. Hold on a second. No. Okay. 308. Here we go. As you are poking around the linen shelves, a thick splashing sound draws your attention back to the bathtub, where you see. Here is a sanity check. That is a success at 22, so we lose 1 sanity for that. Where we see, wait, a figure of a woman rising unnaturally from the tub, a figure composed of thick blood, which now fills the tub. The woman turns her sanguinated stare upon you. "You'll be sorry," she gurgles thickly, raising a hand to point at you. "You'll be sorry." Power times 3. Fail. 328. So here's a picture of the exsanguinated woman that came out of the bathtub to get me. Failure 228. Don't fall asleep. The bloody figure ruptures, drenching you in blood. Sanity check. Okay. Yay. Failure. Where was that? -2 sanity. So as one of the central mechanics of Call of Cthulhu is that as you continue, as you fail sanity checks, your sanity score gets worse. You fail more sanity checks, and your sanity score gets worse. As you start to lose, you keep losing. So the idea is that everyone goes insane, like nobody makes it out alive. But no, you realize a moment later, you are not covered in blood, nor can you find any trace of it in the room. The tub is completely dry. Realizing that you have had a psychic experience, you shakily exit the room. I do get 3 research points for that, though. I just assume I'm making notes that are just like blood bad. Okay, 246. Bathroom, going back to 250. So the other way we could go was to the southern thing, which is 246 is what we did. So now we need to go upstairs to 221. And we might get done with the inside of the mansion this session, and then we'll go outside next time. And then go back to explore other places, because this did not give us the smoking hot lead that I wanted. Short flight of stairs ascends to a square platform, then branches to east and west, both taking you to the 3rd floor at 217. This room was obviously the library. Oh, this is good. Shelves and shelves of old decaying books line the walls and occupy much of the floor space, save for the section in the northwest corner. There, room is reserved for a large roll-up desk, a once comfortable leather chair, and how does he know it's not comfortable? And a large candle holder rising behind it. The mouth of the hallway opens up into the middle of the north wall to 267, while the flight of stairs descends to 250. So we can't look around the library, but we can continue 267. One of the things you guys are talking about running away when this stuff happens, one of the rules that I make when I do play Call of Cthulhu and run it is that nobody gets to do that. Like, you can run, but you can't say, like, this really terrible thing happened to me, I'm going to quit and go be an accountant. Because that's what everyone would do in these situations. So you have to, like, whenever anyone makes a character, you have to make your character curious. That is like a trait you have to have. 267. This is a short, featureless hall that ends in a set of double doors to the north and opens to a doorway in the south, which will take you to 217. So I think 217 is where we came from. Yes. So we want to go to 242, head into the spooky library for the climax of this session here, hopefully. The door is locked. Make a mechanical repair roll, or can take my key ring. I'm going to try the key ring, of course, at 305. After some considerable trial and error, you manage to find the correct key. The door is open, going to 290, so that cost time. That was the whole point of that, which took 10 minutes. It's probably time to do another half hour or so of time gone by. Okay. 290. This is unquestionably the master bedroom, and it is completely furnished in rich Victorian style, the pieces somehow having managed to elude the ravages of time. In the center of the north wall stands a grim and foreboding fireplace, its granite surface carved into the likeness of leering demons. A door on the westernmost portion of the wall opens to 302, while an open doorway yawns near the center at 371. In the middle of the same walls are the double doors, which leads to 267, which I think is where I came to. So let's try the southern wall first, 302. You find yourself on a long balcony running along the west side of the mansion. From here, you have an unobstructed view of the bay and the town named after it. It all looks so calm and peaceful. Who could guess what lies there beneath the surface? After a few moments of morbid contemplation, you head back inside. Make a luck roll at 1/2. That's not great. So I need to get below a 32. Something that ends in 9. No, 29, not 89. So I make that luck roll. Success, go to 290. Which means I get to go back inside. I wonder what would happen if I failed. I might have fallen or something. Trying the other door, I go to 371. You stand before a doorway which opens into the blackness of a large closet. Will you poke around or decide not to waste your time? Oh, I'll poke around. 323. Mostly because I haven't found anything yet. That is, I mean, I've had a bunch of ghosts. But, okay, there's another haunted experience, another power roll. Okay. Something spooky is going to happen. 257. Okay. You find nothing, but when you step out of the closet, you find that you're in a completely different room. To determine where you've ended up, roll 1d6. And I get 3 research points for this. So I got a 3. This is based on the tabletop rules, yes. And on a 3, I go to 271. So it's a teleporter trap. Which is the master guest bedroom, which I've been to. Okay, so the closet teleports me places. It might be that you can go in there and teleport around and get to a place that's like actually hidden. I'm going to assume it's worth checking out outside. Now we still got a few minutes, so we'll start that. But it might be that I don't have the information that I need to totally make a good use of the mansion yet. I did come here pretty early. It's only Tuesday of the first week. So let's try this east wall that goes outside to broken glass. 317. I am on the second floor. So this might be where I fall also to my death. Standing on the balcony on the east side of the mansion, you have a clear view of the clearing around the manse, but the tops of the pine trees block the panorama of the bay. Beyond the view and a breath of fresh air, there is little to hold your interest here. You decide to re-enter. Try your luck at 1/2. And this time I did fail it pretty badly. I got a 98. So 390. Hopefully I don't just fall to my death, because that would be hilarious. That'd be the most choose your illusion ending that this could happen. But the door is locked. Oh, shit. So the door locked behind me. Not only that, but it appears jammed, for even your keys do not open it. There is nothing for it. You must climb down the terrace. So this did get me outside one way or another. Make a climb check. My climb is 40%, minus 5%, because I'm hungover from ghosts. So I need to get below a 35%. 1 in 3 chance is not bad. I got a 30 what? 38. Failure. So I fall, probably, to 380. Don't die. Don't die. You plummet to the flagstones of the terrace, sustaining 1d6 points of damage from the fall. If you survived, you may minister injuries. I can survive 1d6 damage. 2. So pretty hurt. I'm gonna go to the doctor today. Okay, where did I fall? Plummet. Injuries at 332. But at least I'm outside, which is where I wanted to be. This was like a speedrunning trick. I damage boosted. You're on the long terrace running the entire length of the east side of the mansion, though providing no access to the house itself. Following along the terrace to the north, you'll take you around to 395 or to the south at 315. I think 315 is the entrance. Yes, that's the front. So let's try the other side. 395. You're on the rear terrace of the Grimm house. By following the wide granite veranda to the west, you'll round the corner of the mansion and find 318, which is probably the terrace on the west side. Arranged along the back wall of the house are 4 boarded over French doors, which allow you to access to 237, though it will take 15 minutes to pry them open. In the middle of the northern edge of the terrace is a flight of steps descending to 384, which is the basement. By following the terrace to the east, you can round out to the front of the house, 332. So let's see what happens if I try to get into that boarded up 237. Yeah, that takes us back to the reception hall. I wonder what room I'm missing. So I think I want to go to the front of Grimm House because I think I'm done here for today. I don't really know how to leave though. I'll walk around the corner of the house. So 367. 247. Where does that put me? .350 is the west side of the house. Let's see if there's anything there, just in the interest of completionism. $298. Yeah, I don't know exactly how to leave. That's an incredibly accidental, horrific thing. So I think we're going to call it there. Just about 4 o'clock. Before we play next time, I'm going to figure out how to get out of the mansion. And also I might mess around a little bit where I can silently look around so I'm not wasting everyone's time and see what the room is we missed. And I will penalize myself appropriately for time and the like. Any sanity things. We are slowly getting worn down. Sanity and hit points. Hit points specifically, like you can lose any monster will do 1d10 or more hit points to me. So there's a good chance I could die if I run into a real creep. But I think we're going to call it there for today. And next time before we play, I'm going to figure out exactly what I'm doing in this mansion. Because I explored most of the stuff on the mainland too. There are a bunch of locations like this book here. The folder that comes with it has also Bleakmore Cemetery and McKiernan's Lighthouse and all these locations, but they don't show up in my guide. So I don't know how in-game I'm supposed to get there. And this is a weird game because there's nothing online about Grimrock Isle. So I'm kind of on my own. I should look and see if there's a Call of Cthulhu Facebook group that I can ask some questions and see if anyone else has run it and see if they can help me out. So yeah, until next time, thanks everybody for joining me. And I will see you in a week for part 8 of Choose Your Illusion 2, where we'll hopefully make a little bit more progress into Grimrock Isle. We did make some progress here, and we actually saw some supernatural shit, which I'm happy about. Yeah, see you guys next week. Bye.